By the looks of it, Vinay Shah will be bowling from the pavilion end. New opening pair for the KUSUM Warriors. The captain Sahil opting chance taken. First wicket down for the KUSUM Warriors. Was looking to go over extra, but Vishal, the captain, came in the middle and has to walk back the right-hander. AMS Gladiators strike blood. And the KUSUM Warriors are rocked early. After having picked up a wicket of the very first ball, Vinay strays down the leg side. Deft touch. Will pick up a single and get off the mark. Worked away by Sahil. There is a man in the deep who will cut it out and keep Sahil down to a couple of runs. So he opens his account. A little earlier, Dharmit Shah was looking to go over extra. Mistimed that drive. Went straight to the big captain of the EMS Gladiators, Vishal. Timed his jump to perfection. Good to see Sahil taking the initiative to open the innings. I always thought that he should have batted up the order for the KUSUM Warriors all the way along. I never knew he was planning to open. Just waiting to see how he goes with the bat. Sanket Brahmabhat played a valiant knock in the semi-finals. I remember a couple of knocks that Sanket played. Stood there, although wasn't the prettiest batsman on display, but yet he found a way to grind. Couple of overs have been completed. Sanket looking for a quick single. Sahil quick to send him back. Whether or not it was a single, the best part about everything was that the non-striker responded immediately. The problems occur when the non-striker as well is in dilemma whether or not to go for it or not to go for it. You're better served saying no rather than being in a position where you're not too sure. Worked away on the onside. Will pick up a boundary. Drifted in to the pads of Sanket, and he accepted the invitation and put it away for 4. Boundary followed by a single. So Sanket's looking good. Certainly he'll be feeling a lot better in the middle. Just struck a boundary of Vismay. Followed that up with a single. Sahil hasn't had much of the strike. Down the leg side will be signalled a wide by the umpire. Vismay Choksi does tend to bowl down the leg side. That's because he gets that natural in-swinger working for him. The problem though is if you start off on middle and leg, more often than not you'll end up down the leg side. Carefully look at his wrist position as well. It's always asking for the ball to come back into the right hander. Vismay will be a lot more potent if he can develop the outswinger to go along with his in-swinger. Once the batsman knows that you only have one way which the ball's coming, you can set yourself up. Vismay was trying a variation, opted to change the pace, got that leg cutter completely wrong. Played away with soft hands by Sanket. Will collect a single with Sahil. Sorry, Sanket, I beg your pardon. A little earlier as well, Sanket looked to do that. This time round, Sahil responding immediately. Worked away on the onside. Should be some runs for the taking. But there is a fieldsman in the deep who will keep the batsman down to a single. Third over has been completed. 21 for 1 are the KUSUM Warriors. Goes big. Sahil recognized that Midon was in the 30-yard circle, took full toll of the power play and helped himself to his first boundary, much to the delight of the KUSUM Warriors. beaten outside the line of off stump. So good comeback for Vinay, pitching this one outside the line of off stump right up to the bat. What was good to see that Vinay did not choose to go short. He's seen Sahil took advantage of the field restrictions. Now they've employed a deep long on. They have a deep mid wicket. So the two fieldsmen patrolling the boundary for the off spinner. Superbly struck through extra. Will pick up a boundary. This was a shot of authority, shot of class. Not the easiest of shots to execute against the off spinner, but Sahil put it away nonchalantly. Once again beaten. So a couple of boundaries followed by Sahil missing the ball a couple of times. So cat and mouse going on between Vinay and Sahil. What's good to see is Vinay is not ready to change his length, his line of attack. He's pitched it outside of off stump. He's pitched it right up there. That's exactly where you want to see the off spinner. Finds the gap. So anti-climax. 3 boundaries in the 5 balls that Vinay has bowled under the pump. Clearly the AMS Gladiators and Vinay. Worked away on the onside. Will end the over with a couple of runs. Will Sahil. So big over for Sahil and the KUSUM Warriors. 14 coming of it with Sahil striking 3 boundaries. Much the delight and the of the KUSUM Warriors, that is. So 4 overs done and dusted with 35 for 1. Other men in red. Sanket swivels around the corner, will be put to the boundary. Superbly struck by Sanket on top of the bounce and helping the ball from his hips for 4. Vismay and the AMS Gladiators have some thinking to do going ahead. Much better length, pitching it in the good length area. That's where Vismay needs to be. Soon as Vismay dragged it short, Sanket, short a man in stature, got right behind the line of it and helped it. Just use the pace of Vismay. Was a beautiful shot. Just signs and indications. Struck away down towards long off for a single, whilst I thought the fielder got up a little too early. Poor slack work from the fieldsman at long off. Another boundary gifted to Sanket Brahmabad this time. Gleefully accepts it. Vismay disappointed, dejected. Yes, this is an encounter for redemption rather, for the 3rd position. They're going to have to pull their socks up, AMS Gladiators, before the men in red just take it away from them. Right up there in the block hole. This could have been tight, but This has happened now a couple of times, and rightly so, Sahil indicating that there was never a single there. It's gone straight to the fieldsman. Sahil, a good judge of a single, carefully studies the field. Sanket, a little too keen whilst running between the wickets. Quick single stolen. Interesting to see the umpire's call on that one. Run signal, no signal means that he got some bat on it, did Sanket Brahmabat. Will go down in the batsman's kitty as runs. Superbly struck. Sahil getting his act together. The first maximum for the KUSUM Warriors. And Sahil looks to be on fire. Overdone and dusted with. The 50 comes up as well for the KUSUM Warriors for the loss of 1 wicket. I'm being joined in by Jinen Shah, the captain of the MTM Riders, was an able player of the KUSUM Warriors as well in the last edition of the PPL that happened to be the first edition of the PPL last year. Welcome, Jinen.
Thank you, Jarvis. So today you can see a very good opening change for KUSUM.
Jinen, this has been a good start for the men in red. Well, still a quick single will Sahil. The best part about Sahil today has been the running between the wickets. Sanket a couple of times has called him through, but Sahil chose, to go against his call, sent him back. This is looking to be a threatening partnership for the AMS Gladiators, Jinen.
Yeah, Sahil has put down, I think, 5 to 6 kgs, so definitely he'll be running more runs today.
Jinen, a feisty character. Let it be with ball back now in the commentary box as well. Really, Sahil's put down 5-6 kilos. Jinen, is it?
Yeah, yesterday he had a haircut also. So definitely 2 kgs are down.
Wife and the company at KUSUM Warriors in the pavilion having some fun. Superbly struck on the up by Sanket Brahmabat, who joins the party along with Sahil, and the KUSUM Warriors looking good for many more. Good comeback. Pitched the earlier one up. He recognized that Sanket's looking good on the fuller length. Straight away pulling the length back.
Yeah, Sanket loves the ball coming to the bat and he is very good at the covers. You saw the last ball. Now bowler has bowled a very good ball, not getting him in line.
This time overcompensating and straying on the offside. KUSUM Warriors have got off to an absolute flyer, Jinen.
Yeah, I think Nirav definitely is a very good bowler.
Nirav Shah, the bowler.
Once again missing the line of the off stump. Sanket trying to put it. Sahil always wanted to be an opener batsman. While playing for APCC, he used to open the batting with me, and he never got a chance for KUSUM Warrior, his own team. I think he was much more pressurized by Devane. Devane never thought Sahil could be a good opener batsman.
Jinen, I always felt that Sahil should bat up the order. I always felt that he comes in a lot later when probably the team is in trouble or there is a situation that demands some common sense or horse's sense to prevail. But Jinen, you think opening the innings for Sahil, as you mentioned earlier in one of the teams that you all featured in some other tournament, Sahil used to open. So how, I mean, he looks to be on fire today. So probably the KUSUM Warriors would be ruining the fact that he did not open the innings for them.
Yes, Sahil loves to hit in the first power play overs, and he has a good hitting power too. Can clear the field, can take out good gaps between the players. And once Sahil gets into role, I bet he's still the 15th over he's batting today.
Jinen, I must say you've been down the leg side. Looking really good, Jinen, all dressed up, all set up. Your white shirt seems to be shining at the same time. You're looking good today.
Yeah, some people thought it's a cop coming into the field. Police gymkhana, so a cop is inside the field now.
Struck on the up, will pick up a single. Will Sahil. So where do you see the KUSUM Warriors going? What do you think is the total that they're going to be able to put up?
Should be 170 plus today.
Worked away, straight to the captain. Sanket, although he's not been the hero for the KUSUM Warriors, but he's stuck it out, he's dug it out, although he's not looked the best, but he finds a way to make runs.
Sanket plays the role of like Rahul Dravid, who is the backbone of the team, like the middle order. He stays, he takes out runs, he targets the fielder.
That could have been close had he judged the ball a lot better. Sahil having to put his skates on.
Yeah, but that was a difficult one. Like Nilay couldn't judge the height of the ball, and maybe the sun into his eyes straight couldn't judge the ball, and it was not a catch actually. But if it had converted it, it would be a bonus for MS.
I feel, Jinen, that you need to convert these half chances if you want to perform. I just felt, yeah, you're rightly so. Probably it was the sun that did not allow him to really pick the ball once it came off the leading edge of Sanket. Was always looking onside.
I think Sanket is trying to place the ball.
7 overs done and dusted with 61 for 1 of the KUSUM Warriors.
I think both the batsmen are targeting Vicky, but I can definitely say that Vicky's fielding has improved a lot. He's a good left arm thrower.
Who's Vicky, Jinane?
The captain of AMS, man.
I always thought he was Vishal.
Vishal, yeah. There are a lot of Vishal, so we call him Vicky.
Oh, is it?
Otherwise, ZNL Vishal will be thinking, where am I on the field, man? I'm not on the field. Why is Jinane saying something about me?
He's going to be in action shortly. Jinane's talking about the captain of the ZNL Challengers. Unbeaten are the ZNL Challengers, Jinane. Today, the Turf Blasters probably have an opportunity to breach their fortress.
Yes, definitely. It's 7-7, man. And it's beautiful performance by that team, the last year's defenders.
Struck away. Balls high up in the air. Falls in no man's land. Fieldsman in the deep. Did not judge it and had to backpedal after getting to a point. The ball does turn. Fieldsman not alert and awake to the same. But Sanket, couple of mistimed shots. Probably he's losing his concentration, Jinane.
I think that is the side the players have little bit of shade. And definitely they don't want to come out in the hot sun and tan their skin.
Second wicket down for the KUSUM Warriors. Sanket Brahmabhat has to depart. So finally, the partnership broken. And the AMS Gladiators would be glad to see the back of Sanket Brahmabhat.
Yeah, nice catch by Vinay. So KUSUM now 2 down. So after 7.3, KUSUM is a 64 for 2 wickets. Devane Dhruva comes into bat at number 4. KUSUM 64 for 2 wickets down after 7.3 overs. You know, Jarvis, there you can see the ZNL team practicing on the turf, the machine thing today.
That's good to see, Jinane. I did not observe that. It's wonderful observation from Jinane, right besides, or rather behind, touching the ground. The ZNL Challengers are already into action. Don't want to leave any stone unturned. This is going to be fun watching. Devane, Dhruva and Sahil Shah in action for the KUSUM Warriors. Starts off the mark with a boundary. Will make him feel a lot better. And the KUSUM Warriors are looking good for a huge total on board.
Devane with such long legs, he definitely likes to drive the ball towards the fine leg region. One of his favorite shots. And it was a full toss, driven through the point area for 4. You cannot bowl a full toss to Devane.
Couple of boundaries for Devane Dhruva straight away. And the wicket of Sanket Brahmabhat at the present moment not hurting the KUSUM Warriors in any which way.
So again, Nile coming to bowl. I think at this rate, Javis KUSUM is going a good
8 overs,
average.
72 for 2. Certainly, you hit the nail on the head by the looks of it. There is a total in excess of 180. Probably, you never know. And today, Tejas Patni's absence might be missed for the AMS Gladiators.
Yeah, definitely. Tejas is the brilliant player in all respects of cricket.
This time going through the onside and will find the fence, will Sahil. So reigning boundaries for the KUSUM Warriors at the Police Gymkhana in Mumbai, whilst the Queen's Necklace greets us for the much awaited finale that will be starting shortly after this match in.
Yeah, a big match coming up. The finals of the PPL 2019. A great shot, but maybe a good fielding by the fielder at the fence.
Went straight to him. Sahil's certainly looked good. He's taken full advantage of the power play earlier and now reaping the rewards of spending some time at the crease.
Yeah, definitely with the sun out, it will become easier for the batsman. The ball will be coming on the bat. Just need to stay down on the wicket and runs are going to flow. And the fielders, definitely after the 10th over, they must be more tired, more sweating. And definitely that will help the KUSUM Warrior to put a very huge total on the board today.
Jinan, do you think that the AMS Gladiators just not having the venom in the bowling attack to stop these two, or is it that the KUSUM Warriors, they're batting, in particularly Sahil and Devane, as we all know, they're the stars for the KUSUM Warrior. Sahil more with the ball, Devane with both bat and ball. But certainly we've not probably seen in the entire tournament that they have batted in tandem together. Played away down to long on for a single. Devane, the best part about Devane is he never looks rushed. It seems as though he has all the time in the world to play the ball. And he has a calm head on his shoulders.
Yeah, he waits for the loose balls to come. And definitely in an over you can expect 2 loose balls, and that is where he capitalizes it.
Goes big through the onside. Fieldsman in the deep. Alert, awake to the situation. Keeps Sahil down to 1. So Sahil's looking to use the long handle against the off spinner.
Once again driven on the long on region. And that's good on the KUSUM part, like they are rotating the strike so the pressure doesn't build up on any batsman. And 1 or 2 odd balls, you get a boundary that keeps the score ticking.
And Jinan, as soon as you get a boundary, initially in the over, it makes the life a lot more tougher for the bowler. Although a rare dot will be gold for the MS Gladiators. 80 for 2 are the KUSUM Warriors after 9.
AMS might be definitely missing the 2 good players, Hardik and Tejas Patni. AMS is a team of maximum all-rounders, I feel so. So Sohail coming into the attack. Sohail bowling his first over of the PPL, third and fourth place. In one of the matches, Sohail has picked up 5 wickets also. A good bowler, difficult to hit, because the ball doesn't rise. I think Devane is laughing at my comments. Keep it on, boy.
So the owner of the AMS Gladiators, Sohail Shah, into the attack. Last year you were with the KUSUM Warriors, Jineen. Goes big.
I said you can't bowl a full toss to Devane.
Goes big on the onside. Took full toll of that loosener from Sohail. And Devane's looking good along with Sahil.
Yeah, it happens. It happens when you're bowling the first ball without any proper warm-up. You tend to go on a full toss. There he goes, a humongous 6.
Superb timing from Devane Dhruva. Was pitched up, but the best part about Devane is he did not look to drag it, went with a straight bat and had the confidence to clear long off and did it easily in the end.
Yeah, if he gets on the rise ball, he's definitely clear the boundaries. There he goes for another one. Let's see. That is for a 6. Another huge 6 by Devane. The fielder missed it. He couldn't judge it.
Jineen certainly getting carried away. Devane going for another one. Mistimed this horribly. Got it higher up on the bat. The fieldsman at long off pouched it. And Devane Dhruva lives to fight another day. Much to the delight of the supporters in the KUSUM Warriors. Straight away pulling his length back. That's where Sohail needs to be. To Devane probably. But certainly he could have had his number a little earlier.
Yeah, definitely. But Devane played this shot quite with sense. He knew the ball wasn't within his range.
Sahil, the pressure certainly taken off his shoulders. Not that they were in any pressure, Jineen, but the way Devane's batting, now it allows Sahil the opportunity to just bat along and try and stay out there as long as he possibly can.
Yeah, Sahil played his role in the first 6 overs. Now he's giving everything to Devane.
Devane's come out with the idea to express himself, this time getting onto the off stump and helping the ball over square leg for 4. Terrific end to the over for the men in red. The men in grey have a lot of thinking to do ahead.
Yes, man, like they need to pick up one more wicket immediately, otherwise the match is out of their bag. And now Sahil knows his role. He just need to be there on the crease, hit whatever he gets, not to hurry up.
The 100 as well coming up with that hit for the KUSUM Warriors. 102 for 1 at the end of the halfway mark for the men in red. So 200 on the cards today, Jineen.
Yeah, definitely the KUSUM fan club must be hoping something about 200. But it's a cricket match, you know, like it happens. 1 or 2 odd wickets. Again, वो राशन की लाइन लग जाती है.
Jineen, for the first time somebody in a cricket match has used this word. I will never forget this statement and I'll certainly probably use it sometime in commentary. Rashan ki line lag jati hai. And that's so very common. We've seen that all throughout the PPL, a partnership, and then all of a sudden 3-4 wickets go down, Jinan, and then the batsmen sort of struggle, but certainly a better wicket to bat on than in Parel.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. It's a good batting track. Now Mithul comes to bowl his first over. A very good left arm spinner. Has managed to bag some good wickets, good player wickets. AMS must be banging on him to stop KUSUM at some point here.
This will certainly test Sahil, because Mithul is a smart operator. As you earlier said, that he's high on confidence, has picked up a few wickets to show for.
Nicely tapped down towards the cover region for one. And you, Jarvis, you know, for any left arm spinner, the righty batsmen are like, you know, they enjoy bowling to a right arm batsman. Now it's the task for Mithul, bowling to Devane.
Rightly said, Jinan. Devane Dhruva, we all know how strong he is through the mid-wicket region, long-on region. I'm not too sure whether he has any weakness on the cricket field. He's a 360-degree player. Earlier, we seen him come inside the line of the ball and help Sohail over square leg for 4. So clearly, Devane has come out with the intention to play positively.
Nicely bowled by Mithul.
The ball stopped on Devane actually and was early into his shot. Wanted to play it down to long on, but there was no turn on offer. Mithul probably, I've seen him do this often. He targets a line outside the line of off stump for left-handers in particular, and has been successful more often than not in the entire tournament.
Yeah. Nicely struck on the fine leg region for 4. Another 4 comes up for Devane.
As soon as he drifted onto the pads, Devane just helped the ball, used all the pace on offer. And Devane's looking threatening along with Sahil for the AMS Gladiators.
Yeah, Devane adjusts to the pitch of the ball much faster. So it becomes easier for him to score runs. Just plays the ball.
This is the best part about Devane, Jinan. He's not going to eat up deliveries. Even after he strikes boundaries, there's always the singles that he's looking out for. Free-flowing batsman. And the KUSUM Warriors, they have a great opportunity to get probably the highest total in the PPL so far.
Once again, a wide ball. Mithun missing the line. See, if Devane goes for 2 or 3 dot balls, I can say you just expect for on a 6 or a 4. A hard shot. Another wide ball. Mithul now not bowling to his potential.
Certainly feeling the pressure. Both these batsmen are looking good. And probably he's trying a little too hard to keep the runs down, and in the bargain missing his line.
Once again glided to the fine leg region for another boundary. A very good shot by Devane.
So an expensive over comes to an end. 116 for 2 after 11 are the KUSUM Warriors.
So they went for around 14 runs in this over. Devane and Sahil looking too good at this moment. They need to keep the momentum up. and try to So Vinay once again coming from the police gymkhana end to Sahil.
I like the way you say police gymkhana, and this is the police gymkhana. There's no doubt either ends. But I'll take Jinen's word for that. That probably is the PJ Hindu gymkhana end. Jinen, this is one of the best places to play a cricket. You have the Queen's Necklace right besides you, the Arabian Sea. And what more better than to see water and grass combine for a fitting final, the finale in the PPL. Of course, this encounter, it's looking all red at the moment. The men in grey are behind the 8 ball. They're going to have to find a way to breach these two, or else these two will run away with the game well before a blink of an eye.
Yeah, definitely. Like the way these both batsmen are scoring, getting the boundaries, the singles. Definitely not 2 runs. Sahil still there. So
Played away down to mid-wicket. Jinen and Sahil, both relatives, know each other very well. So Jinen has earlier told us that Sahil has lost a few kilos, and he's spent enough time now there. Right from the word go, he's been out there. So he's certainly feeling the heat, Jinen.
that's a beautiful shot. The fielder might be able to field it. Yes, he does it. And they will easily take 2 runs. This is what is needed, like 1 run, 2 runs. See, I just mentioned, Sahil 2 runs, and he did it.
That's the thing with the captain of the KUSUM Warriors. You ask for it and you get it, don't you? I remember a few instances, Jinen, when KUSUM Warriors need a wicket, Sahil takes the ball, comes in, first ball, picks up a wicket.
Yeah, he's a lucky charm of KUSUM.
Maybe magician.
Yeah, definitely. I think the only leg spinner, what Patan Premier League has. And
Goes
there
big.
it goes on the tracks.
Ball
For
lost,
a humans
Jinen.
is 6. Ball.
Terrific strike from Devane, picking up the length early, rocking onto the back foot and using the straight bat to park the off spinner over mid wicket for 6. Whilst we have the Arabian Sea to our right, we have the railway station to our left, right between Marine Lines and Cherney Road, very close to the Wankhede Stadium as well, Jinen. So cricket galore, and today we will be treated to some terrific cricket. So all our viewers watching back home, why don't you grab your cars or whatever way you can make it to the police gymkhana and come in and join us for the finale that will start after this particular match, Jinen.
Yeah, probably for the final match, we expect a crowd somewhere around 500 people, and should be a mega final. Last year, KUSUM played to ZNL, and a huge crowd pulling was there. I hope Devane doesn't hit a 6 straight into the Virar fast, you know.
You never know with Devane. Well, I'm not too sure about that right now because it'll be quite empty, so it might not get anybody except for somebody might win themselves a ball. We already have a ball change, and this will be a different ball. So earlier, the KUSUM Warriors were enjoying the hardness of the ball. Will be interesting to see what ball they come up with, but I don't think it's going to matter to these two.
No, definitely now the ball has changed, and if you get equivalent ball, then definitely the runs are again on the board. But if there is little bit difference in the ball, the weight or whatever the technical things of the ball is concerned, again, if it is not coming onto the bat, it will become difficult for the batsman. So they will definitely see to the 3 or 4 balls next coming up by any of the bowler.
Jinesh Vismay seems to be enjoying your commentary whenever you pick up the mic and say something. He's all smiles.
You know, Jarvis, when we used to play in our childhood, अगर ball नहीं है तो सब घर पे चले जाते थे. But that cannot be the case here.
Bayside has taken care of the ball at least. That's one thing they definitely take care of. A lot of balls they get out here onto the cricket field, don't they?
Vinay is shopping the ball like टमाटर सब्जी कुछ लेने आया है विनय.
Jinesh in between. How did this change happen from the KUSUM Warriors? You became the captain of the MTM Riders. I mean, just read us into both your experiences earlier with the Men in Red and then the MTM Riders as well.
With Men in Red, definitely I didn't had to do anything. It was all with Devane and Sahil. So definitely the pressure thing was not at all on me. And this time I can easily feel it. You know, like playing with MTM, a very good team, very good owners, very supportive owners. And they always try to believe in us, whatever said and done. But anyways, becoming a captain of a new team, lot of expectations, lot of new players coming in. The selection process was also beautiful, but we ended up losing. To Jervis, letting me his exact spell. What does this Jervis means? There should be a meaning of every name.
Well, Jinesh, I don't think in a cricket match I'm getting to that, but at the same time, you know, Jervis, whenever somebody asks me what it means, I tried catching up the dictionary. I went through it. And what I soon found was it was a machine that never got tired, probably.
Then definitely the name goes with you perfectly, man. You're unstoppable talker, up to the mark. And the best part of yours is, you know, you remember all the names and whatever names you have given them.
12 overs done and dusted with 128 for 2 other KUSUM Warriors.
So running with an average of around 10.75 right now. With this two batting till the 15th or the 16th over, definitely you see a 200 crossing. And that will definitely be a good match to watch because AMS also has a very good batting lineup.
It's unbelievable. Devane came in a lot later, but believe you me, I'm surprised to see that he's batting on 48 of just 16 balls in contention to probably hit the fastest 50. Sahil batting on 41 of 26 balls. So the scoreboard definitely reflects the carnage that the men in red have inflicted upon the AMS Gladiators.
Yeah, definitely. Sahil is playing a good knock right now, giving a good support to Devane, taking the singles, giving him strike. Whenever gets a chance, he hits a boundary too. And Devane, you know, he doesn't get anything below 1.5 runs per ball whenever he must have played. Today he has a good chance. I think maybe the fastest 50 in PPL today.
Definitely, the writing's on the wall for Devane. I'm not too sure what is the fastest 50. I think Rachit last time round hit it in 18, 19 balls. So does have one ball to go to level it. Cut away.
There he goes.
Behind point for 4, bringing up the half century for Devane Dhruva in only 17 balls. Whilst the KUSUM Warriors inching closer to 150. And we could probably even see 220 today on board if Devane continues the way he has done so far.
Yeah, so Devane becomes the fastest 50 of this PPL 2019, maybe beating all the records of 2018 too.
Number 3 fixed for Devane next year probably, Jinane?
Yeah, definitely. He was told by many matured and senior players to come down and bat.
You got to read us into that laugh because Devane straight away started laughing after having heard you, Jinane.
You know, his laugh was because when I said some matured players recommended him to drop down. So he looked at me and he said, "You are still not matured, JV."
So it was you who wanted him to come down the order. And why is that the case, Jinane? What do you make? Why do you think Devane should bat down the order?
See, Devane batting down the order puts lots and lots of pressure on the bowling side. Nicely struck on the leg side for 1 run. Might hope for 2. And yes, Devane has long legs, man. He can easily finish it up for 2 runs. And see, with Devane batting little bit down the order, you know, the spinners come, it's beautiful struck on the leg side, square leg boundary. Sahil hits a beautiful 4.
Jinane, AMS Gladiators not learning too many full tosses served today for the KUSUM Warriors, making their lives a lot easier with the bat.
Jervis, I really feel after the last Sunday matches wherein both the teams lost in the semis, coming for the 3rd and 4th place, definitely no one has done nets the whole week.
Superbly struck. Lovely batting from the left-hander. So graceful to the eye. Another maximum apparently over point. Not the easiest shots to play in the game of cricket. And Devane Dhruva making it look simple in the middle.
Yeah, Devane hits it very clean shots. He helps the ball to rise more than the elevation with his bat follow through. And hitting a 6 on the point region, definitely it's definitely a good shot. So Sahil in his nearby 50s, a knock which he wanted from a long time.
Come on, Jinane. Now tell me, where should Sahil bat in the next edition of the PPL? You reckon he should continue opening the innings?
No, looking to the match scenario, he is definitely a good batsman, maybe 2 down or 3 down. Opening, definitely they have another good players to be there, because opening the innings takes a lot of things. You need to read the swings and bloody so many things. But with the power hitting, if Sahil gets the ball in his range, he can be a very good opener batsman too. But once you have a lot of options, you don't need to try. Sahil is a good hitter. Even he can hit the spinners outside the boundaries.
I remember one match, Jinein, very recently where Sahil hit his first ball for six and they were cruising towards a win and they did so eventually. I'm not too sure who the opponents were. But the thing with I felt was Sahil needs to come up, and you rightly said number 4, number 5, a much better number than where Sahil has been batting lately in the entire tournament.
To make Devane run out, it should be an extraordinary fielding and a direct throw on the stumps. Just nicely tapped on the square leg region, making Vinay run for the ball, completing one easy run. So Sahil on 49, need one more run to finish his half century, the first of this PPL for him.
Tell me one thing, Jinein, the way Devane Dhruva has batted, the way Sahil has batted today, Sanket Brahmabat as well was looking good whilst he was there at the crease. When I just look at everything, if you put Kshitij into the mix, then you have Akash Dhruva as well. Certainly, on paper, KUSUM Warriors looks like the strongest batting lineup in the PPL.
Yeah, with this batting lineup on paper, definitely. Nicely tapped on the leg side for one run. Jarvis, on paper, I can easily tell you there are lots of stars. Many of the owners say we have many stars. But I told one of the owners, when the stars come in the night. You tell them to party, they will show you how stars they are.
So
Sahil,
50 comes up for Sahil. Superb knock, captain's knock. Given another opportunity, he did not disappoint, and rightly so. Jubilation in the camp in the men in red, whilst they have been disappointed even on the 24th of February. We see now that they went down and could not reach the finals, but this knock will make him feel a lot better before he exits the second year in the PPL.
it's a wide down the leg side. And the
AMS.
keeper not trying to grab the ball, giving some extra runs, extra balls. I think AMS shoulders are down right now. It becomes very difficult for the bowler. Definitely once he's bowling a wide ball and then the keeper not grabbing it, going for extra runs, 5 runs, just added to the total without a ball.
Struck away beautifully, but there
Really
is
hit.
long off who does not get to it. So another boundary. Superb timing on that one from Devane Dhruva, taking full toll of that over pitch delivery and dispatching it to the long off fence for 4.
If this is the way AMS is going to field, something. Once
Consecutive boundaries coming from the bat of Devane Dhruva. Earlier towards long off, now more towards long on. So he's turning it on as he's done so today in the PPL. A place for the third spot. KUSUM Warriors started off as favourites. They're certainly playing like favourites. And the AMS Gladiators, they need to pull up their socks and find a way to break this partnership, or else they would be chasing a total that they would have least wished to have done so when you consider the given conditions.
Yeah, I think this match is going towards the highest score of PPL 2019. And you remember, Devane is the, I think, if I'm right, he's the only centurion in a PPL tournament last year. He scored a century against the SP.
14 overs, 162, 6 overs to come. Clearly, even 230 is possible. Whether they can get to that or no, only time will tell. But if Sahil and Devane are able to bat for another 2-3 overs, I think the AMS Gladiators would be seeing a score that would probably have all flies flying over their head, and their mind would certainly be already very stressed. Batsmen have their works cut out for sure, Jinin.
So Chintan coming to bowl the 15th over to Sahil. Both the batsmen in good shape right now. Oh, nicely tapped on the leg side. Probably a type of a reverse. Not
Just a
reverse
paddle
swing.
from
Swing.
Sahil. The best part about the shot was that he just got inside the line of the ball and helped it. Did not try to do anything other than use the pace. And certainly the line helping his cause and the length to go along with it. Under the pump, straight away is Chintan Shah.
Yeah, and Sahil is also checking the field. You know, this shot, definitely he saw that there's no fielder on the leg side, fine leg side. So he easily just tapped it for a good boundary. So cleanly struck on the leg side, a good fielding.
In fact, Vishal misfielded that ball, had the opportunity to keep it in. Probably the shot getting the better of Vishal. And Vishal, although he picked up a terrific catch of Dharmit a little earlier to send the opener back. But other than that, it's been a very quiet tournament for Vishal Shah, the captain of the AMS Gladiators.
Yeah, Vishal also is captaining this team for the first time. And as I said, captainship brings a lot of things. You need to control the team. You need to place the orders of batting, bowling, the fielding. And a lot of strategies to be planned. And because this PPL format, what I understand, I've been playing for Patan since nothing less than 25 years now. Since last 2 years, with the efforts of all the organizers, the PPL level, the level of Patan cricket has grown big, man.
Rare sight to see a batsman being beaten. Good ball from Chintan, hit the good length, left Devane, and Sahil straight away calming him down. He recognizes that if they stay together and if they're able to battle the 17th, 18th over, then you never know, history could be created out here. Goes big down towards long on for a single. Sahil has certainly shifted gears. He's pulled a gear back with the way Devane has batted. He's not needed to play those calculated shots which usually a set batsman will. So Devane Dhruva's knock certainly helping Sahil as well in the middle.
Clean shot.
All the way for 6. Terrific strike. Picked up the length early and deposited that ball over mid-wicket for 6. This is two men that are bleeding red It is carnage out here at the Police Gymkhana in Mumbai. Whilst the AMS Gladiators would not be glad with the way proceedings are turning up.
Yeah, you picked up the word glad from Gladiators. You remember it's KUSUM Warrior. It's a war for them to land up for the third position this year in PPL 2019. And I say Sahil is very, very strong on the leg side. You put him anything short and you get a hit, man.
The best part, Jinan, is the way these two have dominated. It just is indicative of the fact that they could have certainly, if they were in the finals, ZNL challengers would have their works cut out. But a great opportunity, I believe, for the men in black, the Turf Blasters, because we all know what the ZNL challengers are all about. I'm not too sure whether on paper they're the best batting side. I've always maintained that the KUSUM Warriors have always fought hard. They, according to me, have looked the best side in the PPL. Sometimes, or more often than not, there are some matches I've seen for the KUSUM Warriors that could have easily have gone their way. Not going their way. Just a dead ball. Probably not ready was Devane before Vinay came in to bowl that ball. That's why he let it go. But in between, Jinan, KUSUM Warriors by far for me the strongest team on display. So they would feel aggrieved that they don't find themselves in the finale.
I told you, man, it's on the tracks now. You put shot to Devane with no pace on the ball. You're going to get it hit, man.
If you're back home in your offices, if you're back home watching proceedings, the way these two are batting, it is all guns blazing and fireworks have already begun at the Mumbai Police Gymkhana. Whilst these two senior statesmen in terms of stature for the KUSUM Warriors are certainly making a complete meal of the bowling of the AMS Gladiators.
And I would like to share one thing, Jarvis. Devane just recently got engaged and is up to his marriage in next week. And definitely I understand his in-laws' house is somewhere on this Queen's necklace. So maybe lucky they are if they are not very near. Otherwise, Devane must have definitely broken one of the windows of them.
So Devane's going to be getting married next week itself, Jinan. That's great news coming in. And Devane would be on top of the moon with the way things are going today for him with the bat. I'm sure his fiancée, if she's not in the house out here, she might be watching back home.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Stuck on the pads. Devane not reading the length, going on the back foot whilst he should have probably been on the front foot. So misread the length and a good comeback for Vinay. The AMS Gladiators would be hurting hard with the way the men in red have come out all guns blazing, Jinan.
Once again missing this line, but luckily called for a wide ball. Otherwise, definitely it would have been a good shot on the covers. Once again a wide ball. Man, what is this AMS up to? I think they want this 20 overs to finish fast, huh?
I don't know if they're up to something, but certainly they are down to a match wherein they have their backs against the walls. They certainly are behind the 8 ball. They seem slack, shoulders already dropping. It's almost coming across as though the men in red are batting the men in grey out, and certainly Tejas Patni, one man who they will miss today. It'll be interesting to see how they go about their business with the bat, because this is a good track to bat on as opposed to the track back in Parel. And probably if you never know, if a couple of players from the men in grey dig it out just like these two have done so, we could probably see a keen contest. But it's all going to rest on the start that the men in grey get, Jinan.
Oh, that's nicely struck. Beating the cover fielder for a 4. Yeah, definitely, Jarvis. This This match is going to be a cracker, I feel, with the batting lineup what AMS also holds. Definitely Tejas Patni's absence will be felt, but even then they have a very good batting lineup, and if this wicket is purely on the batsman's favor, we can see a very competitive match. But again, depends a lot on how KUSUM is going to bowl it out. They definitely have very good bowlers, Sahil especially with Devane.
Off the back foot, open spaces on the offside. Both these batsmen batting well above their half centuries. Devane approaching another landmark, 80 of just 28 balls. Jinane, Sahil batting on 62. One ball to come in the 16th, 188 already on the board. Devane has an opportunity to get another 100 under his belt in the PPL, and this could be the fastest in the PPL if he happens to get there. 28-80, that is some batting, Jinane.
Fastest won't matter because he's the only centurion here.
There's no doubt about that, Jinane. But 2 and 2, he would have loved for it to come a little earlier, but nonetheless, as they say, it's never too late.
I really feel today I can see Sahil's century. Let's hope he gets to it before Devane can.
जिन्हें आज हमने देखा कि जिस तरीके से प्रदर्शन किया है पूरे ही कुसुम वॉरियर्स के सारे ही बल्लेबाज जो उतरे, धर्मित शाह को छोड़ के सभी ने रन बटोरे, लेकिन इन दोनों पर हमेशा से नजरें गड़ी रहती है सभी की, चाहे वो दर्शक हो चाहे वो प्लेयर्स हो, चाहे वो ओपोनेंट्स हो। और यहाँ पर पूरी तरीके से पछाड़ दिया उस गेंद को, भेज दिया डीप स्क्वायर लेग बाउंड्री की ओर। पहली गेंद पर फिर चौका लगता हुआ सोहेल शाह की गेंदबाजी पर। और जिस तरीके से चीजें चल रही है जिन्हें कहीं ना कहीं कहना होगा कि आज इस बार उठा के दे मारा है
और ये सीधे ग्रैंड मेडिकल के 3rd फ्लोर के विंडो पैन को लग के नीचे आ रही है गेंद। बहुत ही शानदार शॉट। और जैविस मैं एक बात बताना चाहूंगा, जब देवेन लेग साइड पे ये दरिये के साइड पे जब 6 मारता है तो ऑडियंस डेफिनेटली खुश होते हैं, लेकिन सब ऑडियंस अपनी गाड़ी चेक कर रहे हैं, कहीं अपनी गाड़ी यहाँ पार्क तो नहीं की है ना, नहीं तो 100% एक आध दो कांच टूट ही जाएंगे आज।
आपने आपकी गाड़ी कहां पार्क की? जिन्हें इस बार मौका है यहाँ लॉन्ग ऑफ को, लेकिन उसके सर के ऊपर से 6 रनों के लिए,
और ये तंबू में गाड़ दिया है देवेन ने।
2 लगातार छक्के, पहले अब गेंद पे चौका मारा, अब 2 छक्के। लॉन्ग ऑफ पर पहला हिट क्लीन था, दूसरा हिट 200 रन भी पूरे हुए कुसुम वॉरियर्स के 17वें ओवर में। 205 पे 3 गेंदें आनी शेष बाकी है 17वें ओवर में। और कहना होगा कि वाकई लाजवाब पारी देवेन ध्रुवा द्वारा, और 97 पर खेल रहे 32 गेंदों में 3 रनों की आवश्यकता है यहां देवेन ध्रुवा को। उठा के दे मारा है, 100 रन भी पूरे होंगे यहां पर देवेन ध्रुवा के। बहुत ही शानदार पारी, जानदार पारी, पूरी तरीके से सभी के दिलों को लाभान्वित किया है पुलिस जिमखाना मुंबई में। और वाकई में इस पारी ने अपनी छाप जरूर छोड़ी है सभी दर्शकों के मन में, प्लेयर्स के दिलों में, और हम सभी को मनोरंजित किया है। यहां पर 103 रन केवल 33 गेंदों में कहना होगा। इस बार फिर उठा के दे मारा है, डीप मिड विकेट, अंदर आते हुए नहीं पहुंचेंगे गेंद के पास, और 2 रन मिलेंगे देवेन को। एबी डिविलियर्स का रिकॉर्ड आज कहीं ना कहीं खतरे में आया जरूर। एबी का रिकॉर्ड कितने गेंदों का है जिन्हें ना मुझे ठीक से याद नहीं आ रहा है।
37। कुसुम के कैंप में काफी बैट्समैन।
इस बार फिर उठा के दे मारा है, डीप में फील्ड्समैन मौजूद। इस बार 1 रन से संतुष्ट होना पड़ेगा देवेन को। ओवर भी हुआ समाप्त, बड़ा ही महंगा ओवर साबित होता हुआ। 213 पे 2, 214 पे 2, 17 ओवर की समाप्ति के बाद कुसुम वॉरियर्स।
सबसे महंगा ओवर एएमएस का। सत्रह ओवर के बाद 214, सिर्फ 2 विकेट के नुकसान पे कुसुम। 18 बॉल, क्या बोलते हो जारविस?
मैं तो कहता हूं कि हो सकता है आज 250 भी पहुंचे, अगर ये दोनों खड़े रहे। और जिस तरीके से छक्के अब लगा रहे देवेंद्र ध्रुवा, अगर ये दोनों खड़े रह गए तो 250 आज पार हो सकते हैं।
मतलब 18 गेंदों में सिर्फ 33 रनों की आवश्यकता है। 250 का रन पीपीएल में आज तक कभी नहीं हुआ है। और बहुत ही शानदार बैटिंग, काफी मनोरंजक रहा है ऑडियंस के लिए भी।
जिन्हें आपने आपकी गाड़ी कहां पार्क की है?
रेलवे ट्रैक्स पे, मतलब मैं ट्रेन में आया था।
बिल्कुल सही जगह पर पार्किंग की है आज, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से प्रदर्शन चल रहा है, आपने सही पकड़ा है, आज किसी ना किसी की गाड़ी जरूर खतरे में है।
सब सोच रहे भाई तू 6 मार, लेकिन मेरी गाड़ी पे मत मारना भाई। नीरव 18वीं ओवर डालने आ रहे हैं।
नीरव ने 2 ओवर डाले हैं, 18वां ओवर, और शायद उसके बाद 20वां ओवर भी डालेंगे। 18 रन दिए हुए, 1 विकेट भी लिया उन्होंने। मौका, विस्मय नहीं जज कर पाए। लॉन्ग ऑन का कैच हो सकता था ये, डीप मिड विकेट भी आ रहे थे, कोई कॉलिंग नहीं, और विस्मय ओवर रैन कर गए। और देवेंद्र ध्रुवा फिर डटे हुए खड़े हुए, और एएमएस ग्लैडिएटर्स बस अब उम्मीद कर रहे कि कब ये 20 ओवर समाप्त हो। आज कुछ भी उनके हक में नहीं गया है जब से ये दोनों क्रीज पर है, खास करके जब से देवेन आए हैं। दिवाली जल्दी आ गई पीपीएल में जिनेन।
और ये रन आउट होते होते बच गया, काफी अच्छी कोशिश थी फील्डर द्वारा।
विस्फोटक पारी रही है बिल्कुल देवेंद्र ध्रुवा द्वारा, जितनी तारीफ करे उतनी कम है, उस तरीके का प्रदर्शन रहा है।
और ये खूबसूरती से लेग साइड की तरफ वापस पैडल कर दिया है, फील्डर मौजूद। सोहेल 2 रन लेने में कामयाब।
लंबी बाउंड्री है वहां पर, यहां पर भी एक ऐसा शॉट खेला था उन्होंने जब वो दूसरे छोर से बल्लेबाजी कर रहे थे, और फिर रिपीट किया। वो जब जब देखते हैं कि फाइन लेग ऊपर है, एक मीडियम पेसर डाल रहे हैं, तो पूरा फायदा उठाने की कोशिश करते हैं फील्ड का साहिल।
और देवेन की इस इनिंग्स का श्रेय काफी हद तक साहिल को भी जाता है, क्योंकि जब तक साहिल सामने खड़ा है, विकेट्स नहीं दे रहा है, विकेट्स और नहीं गिर रहे हैं, तो देवेन के लिए बहुत ही इजी हो जाता है अपनी गेम खेलने के लिए।
जिन्हें शादी कब होने वाली है देवेन की, ये तो आपने बता दिया, अगले हफ्ते तारीख बताएंगे। और मंगनी कब हुई थी?
भाई मुझे तो 9 मार्च को बुलाया है, शायद उसी दिन होगी।
देवेन गेंद खेल रहे थे और जिन्हें ने तभी 9 मार्च का जिक्र किया, और एक और चौका लगा इसी के साथ साथ।
मुझे पता था, मुझे देखना है देवेन को डेट याद है कि नहीं।
जोर से प्रहार किया, फील्डर मुस्तैद, कप्तान विशाल शाह केवल 1 रन पे रोकेंगे। मंगनी कब हुई थी देवेन की?
शायद देवेन को भी डेट याद नहीं होगी।
हंस रहा है वो वहां पर, क्योंकि उसको डेट अच्छी तरह याद है, नहीं तो मुझे लगता है बड़ी गड़बड़ हो जाएगी शादी से पहले ही।
फांसी की दिन किसको याद नहीं होती दोस्त।
जिनेन, आपकी भी धर्मपत्नी यहाँ मौजूद है और आपने अपने आप को तो बलि चढ़ा ही दिया। मुझे लगता है आज रात को लगता है आपकी फील्डिंग होने वाली है घर पे।
अरे इतने सालों से वही हो रही है भाई, मेरी शादी को भी 25 साल हो चुके हैं।
जिनेन, इसीलिए आप इतनी अच्छी क्रिकेट खेल लेते हो?
डेफिनेटली, जितने प्रहार आते हैं उनको अच्छे से ब्लॉक करना है, कहाँ डिफ्लेक्ट करना है, कैसे मोड़ना है, ये सब शादीशुदा इंसान अच्छे से जान सकता है।
Well, this conversation is going a little too deep. जिनेन, मुझे याद है हम डिनर कर रहे थे और आप कमेंट्री बॉक्स में आना चाहते थे अगले हफ्ते, और जिस तरीके का जवाब आया मुझे लगता है मैं कभी भूलूंगा नहीं उस पल को। बहुत ही सुंदर शॉट देवेन द्वारा धीरे से जारी है और बाउंड्री को चूम लेगी और एक और बाउंड्री मिलेगी यहां पर देवेन ध्रुवा को।
ये बहुत ही पुअर फील्डिंग का शो हो रहा है एएमएस के तरफ से।
कहीं ना कहीं उन्होंने पहले ही हार मान लिया। जिनेन, बल्ला तो उन्होंने पकड़ा नहीं है अब तक, लेकिन जिस तरीके से आतिशबाजी हुई है लगता है कि घायल जरूर हुए यहां पर एएमएस ग्लैडिएटर्स के सभी खिलाड़ी।
हाँ, हर बॉल पे चौका, 2 रन, 1 रन, वाइड बॉल्स, फील्डिंग बॉलिंग टीम हताश होने वाली है।
जोर से प्रहार किया फील्डर के दस्तानों में और 1 रन। ऐसा लगा कि आउट हुए वहां पर, हमें यहां पर बैठे बैठे तो ऐसे ही लगा कि कैच पकड़ लिया, लेकिन फ्री हिट था। हम दोनों ने भी
नो बॉल, ओके।
इससे पहली वाली गेंद यानी कि नो बॉल थी और फ्री हिट मिली, तो देवेन का एक कैच जो पकड़ा वो फ्री हिट पे पकड़ा और बाकी सारे कैचेस उन्होंने दे दिए देवेन को और कुसुम वॉरियर्स को।
या तो हम ऐसा बोल सकते हैं कि देवेन ने फ्री हिट में ही कैच दिया सिर्फ, बाकी तो उसने कोई भी प्लेयर को चांस ही नहीं दिया है।
जिन्हें चांस जरूर दिया लेकिन लिया नहीं एएमएस ग्लैडिएटर्स ने।
मैं बताता हूं हमारे पाटन प्रीमियर लीग के प्लेयर्स के बारे में, जब भी कोई गेंद बहुत ऊंची जाती है ना तो सब ये सोचते हैं अरे यार वो जाएगा वो जाएगा, काश मेरे पास ना आए, छोड़ने के बाद गाली पड़ने वाली है।
कहते हैं जिनेन, लीडर्स लीड फ्रॉम द फ्रंट एंड दे से आई वांट इट टू कम माय वे। यानी कि आप ये कहना चाहते हो कि सारे फील्डर्स जो है वो बल्लेबाजी बहुत पसंद करते हैं, गेंदबाजी पसंद करते हैं, लेकिन फील्डिंग से कहीं ना कहीं वो भागते हैं।
हाँ, एटलीस्ट हमारे टूर्नामेंट में तो डेफिनेटली।
जिन्हें कोई फील्डिंग कोच हायर कर सकती है आपको लगती है हर एक टीम?
है, काफी सीनियर प्लेयर्स हैं जो अगले साल डेफिनेटली फील्डिंग कोच बनेंगे, जैसे विनय है, मैं हूं।
जिन्हें आपने 2 कैचेस ऐसे पकड़े थे पिछले साल जहां पर एक हाथ से, पहले दाएं से फिर बाएं से आपने एक एक हाथ से पकड़ा, तो कहीं ना कहीं हमने बहुत कम देखा है पूरे पीपीएल में। मुझे तो याद भी नहीं है कि किस।
और ये शानदार छक्का साहिल के बैट से वापस तंबू का निशाना बनाया है। एक हिंदी में कहावत है, सामने वाले की टीम के तंबू में घबराहट हो गई है।
जिस तरीके से बल्लेबाजी हो रही है, चौकों और छक्कों की बारिश यहां पर मुंबई पुलिस जिमखाना 240 के करीब और 250 का आंकड़ा पार हो सकता है यहां पर। जिनेन,
डेफिनेटली ये रिकॉर्ड बनने वाला है पीपीएल में। 250 रन प्रति ओवर, 12.5 के ऊपर की एवरेज, वो भी इतने बड़े ग्राउंड पे। कभी कभी ग्राउंड्स काफी छोटे होते हैं, कोई एक साइड छोटा होता है, लेकिन देवेन और साहिल ने इस ग्राउंड को छोटा प्रूव कर दिया है।
इस
और
बार
एक मिस
फिर
भी,
फील्डर
और
के
एक
ऊपर
मिस।
से और
6 इशारा करते
अंपायर ने 4 रनों का इशारा किया। तो ये डिसअपॉइंटमेंट मैं कहना चाहूंगा एमएस ग्लैडिएटर्स के लिए। 19 ओवर की समाप्ति 243 पे 244 for 2 with an over to come for the KUSUM Warriors.
चलो हम कुसुम के फैंस को पूछते हैं। कुसुम फैंस, कितने रन चाहिए लास्ट ओवर में? गलत जवाब।
36 रनों की आवश्यकता है उन्हें। ऑलरेडी 244 का आंकड़ा उन्होंने बनाया हुआ है। दिस इज द हाईएस्ट टोटल इन द पीपीएल। और कहना होगा वाकई में आज एएमएस ग्लैडिएटर्स वो कहीं ना कहीं अब इस मैच पर फिर देखेंगे, वो सोच में पड़ जाएंगे कि आज उनको किस टीम के सामने रखा गया और जिस तरीके से धोबी पछाड़ हुई उनकी गेंदबाजी की, वो कभी भूलेंगे नहीं मेरे ख्याल से जिनेन।
यस डेफिनेटली। देवेन और साहिल ने बहुत ही शानदार बैटिंग का प्रदर्शन किया है। और लॉन्ग ऑन की तरफ मार दिया है विशाल कैप्टन की तरफ। एक रन के लिए
245 250 का आंकड़ा तो जरूर पार होने वाला है जिनेन। और हो सकता है कि यही गेंद पर जिस तरीके से छक्के मारते रहे हैं देवेन ध्रुवा, 122 पर खेल रहे केवल 42 गेंदों में, वाकई में इतिहास रच दिया उन्होंने पुलिस जिमखाना पर।
वेरी वेरी ब्यूटीफुल नॉक बाय देवेन।
ZNL
द स्कोर शुड बी 257। चलो मेरे हिसाब से 257 बन रहे हैं। और
मार
ये
दिया
छक्का मार दिया है।
250 रन भी पूरे हुए। इस बार ट्रेन के ऊपर से गई वो गेंद और फिर एक गेंद लानी पड़ेगी हमें। और आतिशबाजियों से ये साबित हुआ है, स्कोरबोर्ड रिफ्लेक्ट करता हुआ, कि मानना पड़ेगा वाकई में आज डोमिनेट किया है, हक्का बक्का कर दिया है, पूरी तरीके से चकनाचूर कर दिया है उम्मीदों को एएमएस ग्लैडिएटर्स के खेमे में जिनेन। एक और मिसफील्ड कहना पड़ेगा कि आज वाकई में एएमएस ग्लैडिएटर्स शायद प्रैक्टिस नहीं किया जैसे आपने कहा, लेकिन कुसुम वॉरियर्स के बारे में भी आप वही कहेंगे कि प्रैक्टिस नहीं किया है?
दोनों टीमों ने नहीं किया, बट आज जिस तरह से बैटिंग कर रहे हैं ये दिख रहा है कि उन लोगों को काफी टाइम से बैटिंग करने ही नहीं मिली है।
मैं अपने दर्शकों को बताना चाहूंगा, टॉस जीतकर बल्लेबाजी करने का निर्णय लिया। इस बार फिर एक कैच छूटता हुआ। वाकई में बहुत मक्खन खा लिया आज एएमएस ग्लैडिएटर्स के सभी खिलाड़ियों ने, और इस वजह से गेंद जो है दस्तानों में और हाथों में बिल्कुल नहीं आ रही है।
जब भी बॉलर बॉलिंग कर रहा है और देवेन बैट उठाता है तो फील्डर्स ये नहीं देख रहे कि कहां मारा है, वो देख रहे कहीं बाहर तो नहीं जा रही है, और सडनली गेंद अपने पास आते हैं वो मिसजज कर लेते हैं।
देवेन जरूर इस बार फिर उठा के दे मारा है। विशाल शाह रोकने की कोशिश जरूर की उन्होंने, लेकिन रोक नहीं पाए। बड़े आदमी है, लेकिन जैसे ही वो उतरे जमीन पर कोशिश जरूर की, लेकिन जितनी जोर से मारा गया वो तक इस गेंद को रोक नहीं पाए। $260 का भी आंकड़ा जिनेन पार हुआ और आपका 257 भी पछाड़ दिया यहां पर।
विशाल की मिस्टेक है। और लास्ट गेंद बाकी थी और ये भी वाइड डाल दी है नीरव ने।
मानना पड़ेगा वाकई में आज जिस तरीके से कुसुम वॉरियर्स के ये दोनों बल्लेबाज डटे रहे, मैं तो
और ये शानदार छक्का लगाया है पुलिस जिम खाना
खत्म
and
किया
के
एक
बाद।
छक्के के साथ में। कप्तान को दूसरी बार जमीन पे लदा दिया एएमएस ग्लैडिएटर्स के, और पूरी तरीके से हम सभी के दिलों को लाभान्वित किया। और यहां पर दिवाली पाटन प्रीमियर लीग सेकेंड एडिशन में बहुत पहले आ गए। 268 पर 2, 20 ओवरों की समाप्ति के बाद जीनेन।
And what I correctly say is the standing ovation is to be given first to Sahil for playing the 20 overs knock.
अगर आप देखेंगे स्टैटिस्टिक्स को तो 144 पे खत्म किया देवेन। ध्रुवा ने 47 गेंदों में नाबाद, और साहिल वाकई कप्तानी पारी 65 रन, सॉरी 75 रन मारे केवल 44 गेंदों में। जिनेन
डेफिनेटली देवेन के 144 और साहिल के 75, उन दोनों ने मिलके 219 रन जोड़े हैं टोटल स्कोर में। एंड अ वेरी वेल प्लेड नॉक बाय बोथ द बैट्समैन। Hello, hello, hello. So now AMS opening the innings with Viral and Nirav have a huge task. KUSUM scored 269 runs. That calls for an average of 13.5 runs per over. KUSUM opening the bowling with one of their experienced bowler, Vilesh Salvi, a left arm pacer. KUSUM also knows this is definitely a good batting track. So try to pick up early wickets. And they have to be on the toes, continues. Because they know if AMS wants to win this match, definitely they will be going for the boundaries and sixes. Nicely driven on the leg side, long on region for 4. So AMS opens the account, first ball 4. Not a good fielding by the fielder at the long on. Very nice bowling. The second ball, a self-fielding. And that's a huge 6 on the long on side by Viral. The score moves on to 10 in the first 3 balls. AMS knows that to achieve the target, they have to capitalize in the power play, wherein only 2 fielders are outside the 30-yard circle. I think this will be one more record in the PPL matches, the maximum number of balls lost. Nicely driven on the long on area. The fieldsman stopping this time for a single. Nirav comes on strike. Ashish, the new wicket keeper for KUSUM Warrior today. Sanket not doing the keeping today. And his plump LB. The first wicket goes down for AMS. So for 11, the first wicket. This is what KUSUM needs. Early wickets to put the extra pressure on AMS. Definitely AMS has to climb a big mountain today. It's definitely a good batting paradise for the batsman today. The wicket, the ball coming nicely to the bat, giving a free flow to the batsman to hit it at will. So Vilesh with his experience bags the first wicket of Nirav for duck. In comes the captain, Vishal, fondly called as Vicky. A good left arm hitter batsman. For AMS to make this match a good one, needs to score every over and keep the scoreboard running. Vilesh to Vishal. Tried to hit it hard, but ended up on the long off region for 1 run. So after the first over, AMS 12 for the loss of 1 wicket of Nirav. Second over to be started by Devane, who's going to bowl his off spin to Vishal from round the wicket. This shows the caliber of a batsman when lots of fielder are to be adjusted while he is on strike. Some adjustments of the helmet behind the stumps. Nice flighted delivery by Nirvan. And that goes for a 4 on the misfield of Divya. A very easy ball to field, but didn't keep his eyes on the ball and landed up to give a boundary, helping the scorers to add more 4 runs and to AMS. And his clean bowl, the captain goes after getting 4 runs. Vishal clean bowled by Nirvan. So AMS 16 for 2 is going to become more and more difficult. But at the same time, they need to accelerate every over. So the next batsman, Vismay Choksi, had a very good tournament in few matches, had hit good runs. So a lot of now depends on Vismay and Viral, how they take ahead the innings. And a beautiful delivery coming inside. Vismay lucky to tap it for another boundary in the fine leg region. It doesn't matter for the KUSUM to give chance to the batsman to hit and try to get the wickets. It's very well fielded at short third man by Harshit. A beautiful ball by Nirvan to end his over. At the end of 2 overs, AMS are 20 for the loss of 2 wickets. AMS and KUSUM playing this match for the 3rd and the 4th position of the PPL. Next to follow is the finals of PPL 2019 between Turf Blasters and the defending champions ZNL. Vilesh once again into attack to Viral. And there it goes for 4 runs on the square leg boundary. Tried to go over the mid-wicket region but got an edge which passed the square leg umpire for a boundary. Nicely struck on the offside. And once again goes for a boundary. 2 consecutive boundaries for Viral. Viral is looking good. The same way Sahil and Devane were hitting the balls cleanly. And Viral definitely taking out the benefit of the power play. Oh, it's a missed chance by the wicketkeeper. Ashish tried it, but in vain. It had been a good catch by the wicketkeeper. Definitely saved a boundary. Viral just didn't get into the line of the ball and ended up with a thin edge. Village to Vismay. A good shot on the long on area for 1 run. Viral knows he has to stay for long to make this match a competitive one. Nicely glides to the point region, wherein Pathik, one of the best fielders what PPL can have, is taking care of the point region. A good cheeky single by Viral that ends the over. And the score moves to 31 for 2. Coming to bowl the fourth over of the KUSUM's innings. Going to bowl to Viral. He knows Viral's potential. Definitely need to bowl good deliveries, not allow the batsman. Very nicely bowled and very well played by Viral. Checking the length of the ball and just tapping it back to the bowler. And a very good cover drive, misfielding by the fielder once again, giving 4 runs to AMS. This is what they need in every over. 1 boundary and few more runs to cover up the big score of 269. And a beautiful shot on the leg side, getting the mid-wicket boundary, another 4. And Viral looks confident. So Viral moves to the score of 29 runs, just 12 balls faced, playing the same innings like Devane did. Once again going on to the back foot, trying to glide it through the point region for boundary, but not able to cut it. Oh, there's a miss failed by the keeper and a fielding. That could have been a brilliant stumping if Ashish could have managed to grab the ball. And there goes Viral's wicket. At the short third, a very nice catch taken by Harshit. Nice flight given by Nirvan, tempting the batsman to drive hard. Misses the line, edges it, and straight into the hands of Harshit. So AMS down with the third wicket at the score of 39. Welcome, Jarvis. I think you had a good lunch today. So Jarvis, what do you say now? AMS 3 down for 39 and they have a huge mountain to climb.
It's simple, Gene, the writing's on the wall. The KUSUM Warriors, they have somehow battered the men in grey out of this match. If The AMS Gladiators even had to entertain thoughts to enjoy themselves with the bat. They needed a good start. They haven't gotten that. Somehow, KUSUM Warriors way too strong for the men in grey. They started off as underdogs, and they certainly are looking like one, are the AMS Gladiators. The men in red have been red hot today. They've they've stolen the show by far. Devane Dhruva in particular. 144 is no mean achievement in a 20 overs encounter. And what's best is he managed it in only 44 deliveries.
Patik once again doing a brilliant job at the deeper point, backward point, sorry. In T20s, Jervis, even 50s count a lot. And they even managed to score thrice.
Superbly struck, but there is a fieldsman out in the deep. Could not get the gap. He would be better served had he have hit that ball over extra. But now the AMS Gladiators, they'd only hope that the men that go out there at least try fighting rather than giving up. But at the present moment, the captain has somehow struggled with the bat, and that is in between. He helps himself to a boundary. Does Vinay Shah. Dragged it from the stumps, got the inner half of the bat. The over comes to a close. 46 for 3 after 5 are the AMS Gladiators.
Yeah, KUSUM has dominated in the batting and now definitely trying to put pressure on the batsmen. And would definitely like to dominate this session also. Nirvan coming for the third over, who has grabbed 2 wickets, 2 crucial wickets. One of Vishal and one of Viral.
In the absence of Tejas, if you asked me who's that one man the AMS Gladiators would bank upon to play a fly, I would say Viral. I remember a knock of 80 odd, 89 or 88 he made. Then Tejas also got some 80, 90. Apart from that, AMS Gladiators don't have much to show with the bat.
Yeah, definitely. Now the things are on Vismay, Vinay. I think AMS have lots of Vs. And that's what Devane and Sahil capitalized. They hit in the V. That's called for a batsman.
The best part about Devane's knock was, as you rightly said, he did not look to drag balls that were on and around off stump. He presented a straight bat. The number of sixes over long off, you seldom see that number of sixes over long off.
Yeah, it's different. Nirvan trying to bowl wrong ones, I feel so. And yeah, Jervis, hitting the sixes on the offside, it needs lots and lots of talent. You need a lot of stepping, the foot movement.
In between, did not hit it cleanly enough to beat long on. Sahil himself at long on played a valiant knock along with Devane. 75 he made as well. Somewhere they got to a 50 as well in that over. 51 for 3 at the end of the power play. AMS Gladiators.
So for AMS, the run rate climbing over to over. When they started, they needed somewhere around 13.5. Now after 6 overs, they are 50 odd runs, which comes to around 8 per over. So definitely there must be something. The required run rate should be around 15 plus right now. It was looking a good batting pitch when Devane and Sahil were hitting the sixes and boundaries. So we also hope that AMS, the openers, should have put up a good show.
Jinan, however good the wicket might be to bat on, but if you lack the batting skills, I'm not too sure whether you can match up. And to be honest, let's play fair and square. Just the way Devane batted, it can demoralize any side, no matter whoever they may be.
Yeah, that we could easily feel after the 10th over in the first innings, like when Devane and Sahil were going for shots, the AMS shoulders had already dropped. They were just waiting for the 20 overs to finish somewhere. And
Top edge will probably trickle into the ropes. So fortune favoring Vinay there. Much needed for the AMS Gladiators. They're going to have to find a way to break the shackles, and they have to play shots. There's no other way that they're going to be even entertaining thoughts of getting close to the target. This time cut away straight to point. They just watching back home would be probably licking his fingers when he sees this wicket, considering the way he goes with his bat. And today he would have had the license to hit every ball.
yeah, definitely. If Tejas, the way he has batted all around the tournament, if he was there, it would have been a little difference. But I say 269 in a 20 over game, that's itself is a huge thing to cover up. But you know, cricket is a silly game.
Cut away. Filsman first puts the right foot, then stumbles over. But he'll get a couple of runs, will Vismay. They need a galore of boundaries from here. Sixes would be even better because AMS Gladiators, the one thing I believe is even if you're going down, you'd rather go down fighting.
Once again glided down to the short third region. Pathik, one of the best fielders. I know Pathik since long time, and he has been a very good fielder in so many respects.
7 overs done and dusted with 60 for 3 are the AMS Gladiators.
So the captain bowling his first over, and Sahil, you know, Jarvis, he tends to grab some wickets in the first over. Let's see how AMS tackles this.
There's no doubt, we know Vismay Choksi can bat. We know that he's played a few knocks that the AMS Gladiators would hope that today he at least fights it out. Yes, it's a very daunting task for any batsman out there. As soon as you see a score in excess of 215, a 20 over encounter, Jinan, it can certainly put you in a state where you're just waiting for things to get over, because
a nice flighted delivery by Sahil, tempting Vismay to go for a big hit. Misses the line or the spin.
got the inside edge there, was looking to drag it. This is what Devane didn't do. He would have gone through extra on that particular delivery. Goes big, and one bounce into the nets of the fieldsman at deep mid wicket, who does well to keep the ball from going any further.
You see, Jarvis, like once you have put up such a big total, automatic the body language of the fielding side improves. Everyone is throwing on the stumps.
Superbly struck from Vinay. Sahil just drifting on the leg side, and Vinay taking full advantage, helping it behind square for 4. So much needed boundary coming, and the MS Gladiators will probably need a minimum of a couple of boundaries at least for the next 2-3 overs, and they'll also need to start hitting some lusty hits into, or rather over the ropes.
Yeah, they should be targeting the first 10 overs. They should make some strategy. A very nice ball by Sahil. And if they need to come somewhere around 269, the first 10 overs, they should be minimum 120 plus.
Goes big on the onside again, but the fieldsman at deep mid wicket this time to his right, so will cut it out and keep the batsman down to 1. So Sahil is throwing, or rather he's putting it right up there for the batsman to take advantage, but currently this time should find the fence for 4 between long on and deep mid wicket. Superbly struck from Vismay Choksi. So the big man getting, or rather joining in the party with Vinay. And we'd hope that we square gets a galore of boundaries and a truckload of sixes going forward to make this match an entertaining one of that.
Yeah, let's hope so. The audience waits for that.
70 for 3 after 8 are the AMS Gladiators. Devane Dhruva will continue.
And you see in the last over, both the batsmen were just waiting for that short pitch, odd ball, leg side swing to clear the mid wicket, and which Vismay did successfully in the last ball. Devane coming for his second over to Vinay. That's a clean hit on the leg side for a 6. Straight goes the ball on the railway tracks. This is much more needed from AMS to think and come little bit close to the big target KUSUM has set them.
When you leave the score behind and you don't look at what the KUSUM Warriors got, these two have done pretty well so far with bat in hand. Both of them have looked good, and they would have liked for their bowlers to have stepped out, but they were certainly, they came across a couple of men who wanted to finish on a high. Superbly struck. Will help himself to another boundary. So this is they're turning things over this partnership, and you never know where things can go from here. Cricket is a funny game, Jineen, and we have seen a lot of turnarounds. Visma and Vinay are certainly looking promising in the middle.
Yeah, they both know the task. They both know their responsibilities, what they are sent and what they need to do. If they need to win this contest, this both have to be there, like the way Devane and Sahil stayed and played a long innings. And definitely it's now too hot. The temperatures somewhere around 32 degrees, which is going to affect the batsmen for sure, as well as the fielding side. So if Vinay and Vismay goes for more and more runs, definitely it's a task for all the fielders and the bowlers.
Jineen, the way things have gone for the KUSUM Warriors, they have nothing to be worried about. And in fact, They're looking forward to the challenge that's been posed by these two gentlemen, Vismay Choksi and Vinay Shah. They're looking good in the middle. What we'd hope, and so will the men in grey, that these two carry on the way they're doing so. And I think they're looking good to at least what's good to see is they're fighting. They're coming out and they're expressing themselves.
Yeah, definitely. Both of them are fighting hard to get those quick runs. And they are trying not, the average should not go.
Goes big, superbly struck. Another half a dozen, much needed for the EMS Gladiators, and Vismay Choksi looking good at the Police Gymkhana in Mumbai. Whilst we're celebrating the much awaited finale that's coming up, we have been greeted to some excellent stroke play all afternoon, Jinin.
Yeah, definitely. The way Devane and Sahil batted, the same way Vinay and Vismay are keeping the pace up and giving hopes for AMS to reach to a respectable score, because both the teams definitely have a good batting lineup. But with AMS 3 wickets down, now it's on Vismay and Vinay. So one more ball lost. Jarvis, as I said, I think this is one more record of PPL. The maximum number of balls lost.
Well, it certainly should be the case, because the number of balls that have crossed the ropes, earlier we've seen Devane and Sahil, Devane in particular. Now it's good to see the big man Vismay at least putting in an effort with the bat. Of course, they would have loved for their captain to step up. At least today, there was an opportunity, but he did not come up with the goods once again. So he'd be hoping that these two can turn things around, and you never know. As I said earlier, cricket is a funny game, Jinin. And we have seen many different matches turn on its head with just one knock.
So this is what happens. You are hit for 4s and 6s, and the bowler lands up bowling a wide ball. Nicely judged by Ashish, the wicketkeeper.
Can Vinay and Vismay though continue the hemorrhage?
So after the end of 9 overs, the score comes to 89 for 3. So a bowling change in the KUSUM camp. Deepak Shah, one of the senior bowlers, right arm medium pace, coming to bowl his first over. So from now 11 overs to go and more than 180 runs required. The average mounting up to more than 17. KUSUM just needs to take some wickets more. And there goes it for a 6 on the long on.
This is top quality ball striking from Vismay Choksi and company. They're looking good, and certainly they're giving us some entertainment for sure, Jinin. Both Vinay and Vismay, they've opened their shoulders, and what's best to see is that they're connecting.
And the same thing gives hopes to the AMS camp that runs should be coming.
Goes big again, and believe you me, is connected. Another mighty heave. Consecutive sixes coming from the bat of Ismail Choksi. So the duo turning it around at the 100 comes up for the AMS Gladiators in the 10th over. So fighting with fire. Fighting fire with fire are the AMS Gladiators and the two men out there in the middle.
The same way you give loose balls to Vismay, he's going to throw you out of the ground. So keeper standing up. So this is what happens once the keeper is up, the batsman doesn't dare to step out and hit the bowler. And this is what paid off in the last delivery to Deepak. Vismay looking in good knock.
After the halfway stage, KUSUM Warriors were 102, and AMS Gladiators living up to what was probably unexpected, but it's good to see that they have breached 100. And you never know, can Vismay do something similar to what Devane did? Only time will tell, but this is certainly some entertainment going on. So as we predicted, a galore of boundaries and a truckload of sixes is what the men in grey need. And currently Vismay and Vinay are seriously delivering for their side. Just what the doctor ordered, and more importantly, the patients are obliging.
I can tell you, Jarvis, there is definitely a Devane in every team. One just need to apply it the way Vismay is doing it very sensibly. Vinay, I think, playing the role what Sahil played, hitting the boundaries as well as rotating the strike, giving Vismay the maximum strike because he is hitting it clean. And definitely these are long boundaries, Jarvis. You know, if this matches was on Wilson and all, it would be done more 300 plus.
Superbly struck, over point she goes. Vismay Choksi on fire. And it's great to see that the men in grey would be glad with the way proceedings are going on. And some thinking to do for the men in red already.
I think this will turn up to be the costliest over for KUSUM. When it is it, I think two sixes and two boundaries with a white ball. Oh, there misses the line. Missed by Ashish.
By signal, so to add salt to the wounds, the KUSUM Warriors giving away some runs as well to the MS Gladiators, who would be delighted and ecstatic with the way things are going. 10 overs, 114 for 3 are the MS Gladiators. What a turnaround. They need 155 in the next 60. And can Vismay and Vinay get close to the total or overhaul it? We'll have to wait and watch. But
so 155 needed in the last 10 overs at the rate of 15.5. So Jarvis, definitely both the batsmen has seen that the average doesn't climb up beyond their capacity, more than 19 or 20 runs, which would become more difficult. But now looking to both the batsmen, it seems there is a little chance for AMS to turn this around.
this is a crucial over coming up for the KUSUM Warriors. Sahil turning ends, changing ends rather. And we all know why he's coming to the attack. All the way for 6. Terrific strike on the pads it was, but hitting a leg spinner. That too of Sahil's class and quality over square leg. takes some doing, Jinin.
Just tell me what the audience can ask more for. 269 runs scored in the first innings. The second innings also accelerating at the same run rate. And as you rightly said, cricket is a funny game. A lot of things can happen. A lot of things can be turned around.
Switching sides, Sahil opting to come around the wicket. Will pick up a single right up there in the block also. Sahil's under the pump. And the KUSUM Warriors, they'd be a little concerned with the way these two gentlemen have gone. And we'd be hoping, and so will the spectators watching back home, that these two can continue the show that they're putting on.
Now they really need to take one of the batsmen, or else it might be a little bit difficult for KUSUM, the way these two are batting.
Struck away through the offside. So 50 comes up for Vismay Choksi in just 29 balls. So this is a terrific knock under pressure. Came in at the fall of wickets. His side needed him to not only steady the ship but also go and get some runs. And he's answered the call for his side, has Vismay, but a lot of work ahead left for these two men.
Yeah, whatever the results, but definitely these two batsmen has shown that they are a competitive side and will not just give it away to KUSUM, no matter what the score they scored. A dead ball signal, some movement by the fielder. Once again trying to tap it in the third man area. Change of over. Soft.
123 for 3. 11 overs have gone by. It's really heartening to see that both Vinay and Vismay have certainly answered the call of their side, and they certainly seem to be on a roll. And what's best to see is that they did not give up, as opposed to the other men that were struggling with bat and ball. But they are certainly, I'm not too sure what the chat was. But we've seen some proper quality shots. Terrific strike over square leg for 4. This is Carnage out here at the Police Gymkhana, where we've already seen well over, or rather close to 400 runs being scored already, with a lot more runs to come.
So even they have placed their innings. At the end of 11th over, they were 123. They were also cruising at an average of 11.5. So they need more 2 good overs to just come into the match.
Fieldsman takes it. So the partnership broken. Vinay Shah's effort comes to an end. 35 he made of 17 balls. And the KUSUM Warriors finally strike, breaking this partnership that was threatening to take the game away from them.
So AMS losing the 4th wicket in form of Vinay. Now it's on Vismay. How he's going to pace up the innings and come closer to the target. The next batsman, Dwanil, also a good hitter on his day. So KUSUM finally feel again they have a good chance to finish this up. I can say, Jarvis, if the wicket hadn't fallen for more 3 or 4 overs, and if Vinay and Vismay had gone for more and more runs, definitely the pressure would be on KUSUM. Because in 3 overs, even if 50 or 55 is needed, the way Vismay and Vinay were batting, they could have managed it.
Another setback for the AMS Gladiators. He tried what was good to see from Vinay and Vismay. Vismay still there, and that's good news for the AMS Gladiators. He's only going to have to find another able partner. Superbly struck, coming out and taking the attack to the bowler and striking him hard through the offside, bludgeoned with might and authority. And this is terrific to see Vismay continuing the carnage and the hemorrhage on the KUSUM Warriors.
No matter the wickets are falling, but Vismay knows he has to score runs at a greater pace. Then only they stand a chance to convert this match.
Wide down the leg side, will go down for 4. 5 runs added to the total. Feeling the pressure here is the bowler.
These are the bonus runs. Wherein only 2 people have to do a work. The bowler bowling a wide and the umpire signaling it, and straight goes for a 4.
Cut away in between, shot third man and point for 4. This is top quality batting from Vismay Choksi, and he's playing something similar to what Devane did, and it's great viewership for our audiences back home and all those of us seated at the ground.
Yeah, I think 13 runs have already come of the first 4 balls with 1 wide and 3 fours. Vismay looking great. And there he goes.
Sticks.
And Devane takes a catch of Vismay. Vismay finally gives his wicket.
With this probably even goes the hopes of the AMS Gladiators. There was one man who could have turned it around for them, and he has to walk back. Devane did not get a hold of it cleanly, but was good enough to stick into his arms or body, wherever he caught it eventually. But great knock from Vismay Choksi, just not good enough on the given day to overhaul the Devane knock. 58 he got of just 33 balls. Terrific knock under the circumstances. Would feel aggrieved that he could not carry on Jinane.
Yeah, definitely looking to the Vismays, the way he batted, the way he was scoring. At one point it looked like he can give a tough fight to the KUSUM. But very hard luck. He has shown some beautiful shots all around the ground. Hit some beautiful sixes also. A nice ball to end the over. So AMS at the end of 12th over, 140 for 5. 8 more overs remaining, and the target runs still required is 129. So averaging around 15.5 runs, rather 16 runs per over. Sahil coming to bowl his third over from the Grand Medical end. Knows they just need to finish this match. With two new batsmen set for MS. Sahil goes for a wide ball. Well judged by the batsman to just leave it and add up 1 run to the score. The body language of the KUSUM Warriors has definitely changed now, with AMS 5 wickets down and need a huge task. A nice shot by Chintan, well fielded at the deep point region by Dhruv for 1 run.
The way things were going for the last few overs, the KUSUM Warriors will certainly breathe a sigh of relief, having seen the back of both Vinay and Vismay. Worked away by Dhwanil, will pick up a single. The writing was always on the wall for the men in grey. They knew that they were certainly up against a stiff target. It was an uphill battle for them. So we all knew that the only thing they had was to fight. The start was certainly disappointing for the MS Gladiators.
Yeah, the start was disappointing, but the way Vinay and Vismay both took the innings ahead made the match good enough to watch. Oh, that's cleanly hit on the leg side for a 6.
Lovely striking from Dhwanil. Puts that foot forward. Slog sweep Sahil over mid-wicket for 6. Terrific strike coming from the big right-hander. And he'd be hoping that this is the first of many to come from his bat.
Yeah, as I said, I've seen Dhwanil batting previous matches with a good hitter. Slogs well also. And definitely AMS needs a 6, a 4, something in every over. There's no point in taking the 1s and the 2s. Just go for it, man. That is the way you can put up something good on the board.
Much better delivery. Did not give it air. Wanted it to be a single or a dot. Did Sahil. 150 also came up a little earlier with that hit. 13 overs gone by. 5 wickets down. 151 are the AMS Gladiators.
There is definitely
Dhruv to continue, pitches it right up. Driven by Dhwanil for a single. Chintan will have to play the supporting act to Dhwanil. Dhwanil's look good. But yes, he's going to have to join in the party soon. All he can probably afford is to have a couple of balls. Yet he's going to have to bat freely thereafter and try. The way he's batting, that ball was supposed to be played off the front foot, had no real clue Interesting to see the umpire's call on that one, whether it got some bat or was like by signal, so came off the pads of the batsman.
See, Javis, now this is the difference, you know, like even AMS is playing at the average of 12 runs per over. So the innings what Devane and Sahil capitalized after the 13th over. Which easily put them about 260. What we were talking about when the match started was around 180 something. Just think if it was 180 or 190, AMS was in.
Struck away, square leg was in the 30-yard circle, will collect a boundary, will Dhwanil, who's looking good in the middle after the departure of Vinay and Vismay.
Definitely Vismay and Vinay both must be thinking if they had stayed down for more 4 or 5 overs, even they could have managed to score some around 220, 230, which would have been a good total on a good batting wicket. But nevertheless, it's now on Dhwanil to put up some quick fire runs.
Worked away on the onside, straight to square leg. Dhwanil disappointed with himself. He was the only man in the 30-yard circle, a little to his left or his right, who could have collected another boundary there, Dhwanil.
So well fielded by Ashay at square leg.
Goes over extra, superbly struck by Chintan Shah. Joining in the party with Dhwanil and parking Dhruv over extra for 4. Terrific shot. Presented the straight bat and put it away in style. Did Chintan Shah there.
So definitely, Jarvis, this definitely shows it's a good batting wicket. At least AMS should come up to around 200 plus score for their fans and for their team. KUSUM Masala for the live streaming YouTube of all the matches. Sahil coming to bowl his 4th. Oh, that was a googly. The batsman couldn't read it initially.
Steps out, but makes his way back to the crease there, Dhwanil. Had ample amount of time before the ball reached the wicketkeeper. He knew that he was never reaching the pitch of the ball. Sahil did see him step out, hence he dropped the length. And Dhwanil actually decided midway that he has to get back to his crease. He was never going to get close to the cricket ball.
Yeah, with the part-time keeper, definitely these chances. Oh, that's a good shot.
Superbly struck, timed it beautifully there. 4 more to Dhwanil Shah. And Dhwanil clearly on a roll at the Police Gymkhana in Mumbai.
With the noise of the bat.
Wide signal apparently. For once I felt that it did come out of the outside edge, hit the probably hit the keeper's gloves and went into Deve's hand. But was a completely different story in the end. Top edge, Sahil gets there. Terrific
Oh my God,
catch.
what a catch by Sahil.
Catch of the day coming from Sahil Shah. He ran to his left, made ground, and picked up a much needed wicket for the KUSUM Warriors. Devane Shah, a terrific cameo of 18 comes to a close of just 11 balls. And the KUSUM Warriors have struck once again with the MS Gladiators losing their fourth. I beg your pardon, losing their sixth in their quest or in their pursuit of a total well over 250.
So Sahil taking a wicket in his last over. Definitely to score such a big runs, to chase such a big runs, it needs a lot of luck and a lot of power hitting. We definitely Vismay, Vinay and Dwanil, all three tried very well. Initially Viral was also looking too good.
Through the offside for a single. So Sohail Shah has come into bat. The owner of the AMS Gladiators. He has his work cut out for sure, Jinin.
So now it's owner to owner. KUSUM to AMS. So that ends the Sahil's fourth over. The score is 170 for 6 at the end of 15 overs. AMS have also put up a good batting show because in a 2020 format, if you're about 10 runs per over, you're hitting 10 runs per over, it's definitely a good batting show. Jarvis, let's see how the wicket behaves in the second match today, the finals of the PPL 2019.
Well, Jinin, I don't think much is going to change because they're going to get in the roller. And as earlier at the toss, both Vishal and Sahil said that this is a top quality wicket to bat on. We've already seen well over 400 runs, Jinin, in the match. In fact, if we calculate we're closing on superbly played. Working it fine there, Sohail, using the pace of Devane, the ball drifting into the pads and making the most of it there, Sohail Shah.
So if AMS happens to score more 60 runs in the coming 5 overs, this match total run scored will be above 500, which is a record in itself.
Superbly struck, stepping out there and hitting it over point for 4. This is quality batting from even the MS Gladiators. The only thing that does not go in their favor is that one knock from Devane Dhruva that completely took the game away from them. Other than that, even they have competed, even they have fought, and certainly their batsmen, after seeing the way Vinay and Vismay went, they are giving nothing away. They're still fighting it out, digging it out, dishing it out, and proving that they too have a lot of venom up their sleeves.
Sohail completely missing the line. Trying to go over the mid-wicket fence or a boundary for sure, but missing it straight to the keeper's gloves.
Chipped away. Sahil this time does not get close to the ball. In fact, just over his right palm. Couple of runs to Sohail. This is smart batting from Sohail. He recognized Sahil was in the 30-yard circle and took advantage of the same. Didn't look to hit it too hard. Just chipped the ball.
So more 4 overs remaining. Deepak once again into attack. First over he had bowled from the Police Gymkhana end and he was hammered by Vismay. Now changing his hand from Grand Medical.
181 for 6 are the AMS Gladiators. 4 overs to come. 4 over 68, 24 balls, 68. Well, what's good to see from the AMS Gladiators' point of view is that they have come close. And both these two are 88, I'm being corrected, 24 balls, 88 runs required. So it's calling Chintan through. Throw at the striker's end. Will make it in the end. Now they're going to need to go at 22. 22 runs per over from here. 4 overs, 88.
Yeah, even if they manage to score some 14-15 runs per over, it would be a good batting by AMS. So Deepak bowling his second over with a low pace. Oh, there was a nice shot over the point region. Work for the fielder at the fence. 2 runs taken easily. I feel AMS should try to post something around 220 runs plus. So they feel even they played a good match today.
Played away on the onside for a single. AMS Gladiators. Really, I'm touched to see that although they did not get a good start with the bat with the AMS Gladiators, but they've reached a position from where one must say that they've tried, they've attempted to...
That's a clean hit by Sohail. Unfortunately, didn't take the elevation. Going for 1
because
run.
it was too close to the bat, so he didn't get the opportunity to get underneath it. That's why he did not get either the elevation or the distance.
Once again hit on the square leg side.
Disappointed with himself there was Chintan. 182 for 6 are the AMS Gladiators at the end of 17 with 3 to come.
So even in the next 3 overs for 18 balls, they score more 18 runs. They have also managed to cross 200 runs, which in itself is a good effort by the AMS team. And they really proved the batting track. I feel if Vismay and Vinay were still batting, They should have been somewhere around 210 or something odd at this time. So a new bowler. It's Divya, who's going to bowl the 18th over. Nothing more much left in the game, as this is the last match for both the teams of this tournament.
Superbly struck through the offside, but there is protection. In fact, it's beaten the fielder to the boundary.
So Divya hit for a 4 of the first delivery.
Was a lovely shot on the up, timed it beautifully, got the placement right as well. Quality on display with the bat all throughout, all afternoon. We have seen some terrific ball striking. Just promises to be a terrific encounter. The finale of the Patan Premier League 2019, Jinane.
Yeah, definitely it should be one of the best matches. Everyone waits for the final match to be a very competitive one. The best two teams clash. Cleanly hit over the covers for another 4. A good shot by Chintan. The second consecutive 4 coming by
Yes.
Chintan of the bowling of Divya. Divya need to check his line and length. It doesn't matter.
This is lovely batting from Chintan Shah. AMS Gladiators, only if they managed to catch Devane a few times. You never know, the story could have been different, Jinane. The number of catches that went down when Devane was batting allowed him to get to 144.
Yeah, definitely. Like one drop catch of Devane, you drop the catch, you lose the match.
Leave alone one, there were plenty of catches that went down, Jinane, of when Devane was batting.
Yeah, but after some time, AMS were like, they were just not in the game. If you see after the 13th or the 14th over, they were almost out of the game. Just power hitting by Devane and Sahil.
Struck.
Chintan goes for a huge hit.
This is
And it's
another
a catch
terrific.
taken.
In fact, believe you me, Longoff got around and managed to keep it in the playing area. And what's worse is Chintan has to depart for the MS Gladiators. Valiant knock of 24 of just 19 balls. But he tried, but just not living up to what the asking run rate out here, which the KUSUM Warriors have put up at 269 in their reply, 198 on the board, 7th wicket down for the AMS Gladiators. What's good to see, Jinane, is they've crossed, they're almost on the verge of crossing 200. You never know if Vinay and Vismay were still out there, or they had batted for another 3-4 overs. And who knows if Vismay would have been out there, who knows what would have happened, Jinane?
Yeah, definitely. Then the 3 overs, 35-40 odd required.
Worked
Once
away.
again, it is popped up.
Fieldsman can't get to it. Will get off the mark. Rather, it was Sohail who struck that ball. Sohail's a good chipper of the cricket ball, I must say, Jinane. Does not look to hit the ball out of the park, just chips it in gaps.
No, he happened to hit a 6 in one of the match. So finally, Vilesh taking the catch.
Struck away down to long on for a single.
Javis, you remember the last semi-finals? A drop catch by Vilesh costed KUSUM Warrior the semis. Nicely struck by Sohail.
Really bludgeoned that. It's lovely to see when the wicket's good to bat on. You never know. So the 200 coming up for the MS Gladiators in the 18th over. So they have something to take back in this chase. If not anything, they too breached 200. It's lovely viewership for our audiences. 469 runs have come in the match so far. And we still have
12 balls to go.
a couple of overs up our sleeve.
So you put another 25 or 30 runs in the last 2 overs. You were almost there. But definitely the way in both the teams, like Devane and Sahil batted, the same way Vismay and Vinay.
Even if they get 31 runs, that's 500 runs in the match, Jinane.
Fingers crossed. Let's hope we clear this 500 mark today. Oh, now 29 more needed. 12 same balls to go.
I'm sure both Blasters and the ZNL challengers would be looking at this encounter carefully and preparing what they need to do when they go out there to bat. It's certainly going to be runs galore. What we have missed in the entire PPL so far was a good batting wicket. Come at the wicket and all of a sudden everything seems to look merrier for the batsman.
And that's a misfield by Dharmit. Lining up to a 4 runs. So for our target of 500, it's now 23 more required. So 25 more required of next 10 balls.
That is to cross 500, Jinane is saying.
Yep.
Long off, won't get to it. Single to Nilay. Chintan calling him back. And makes it as well. So sloppy piece of fielding by the fieldsman at long on, who has his arms raised, but that should be what the bowler should say to him rather. Goes
That's
big.
cleanly hit. Clean hit.
Superb strike from Nilay Shah. Brings up a much required boundary. So a couple of boundaries coming in the over for Nilay Shah and the MS Gladiators. Would be aggrieved that they could not overhaul the total, but who would believe that they would get so close? And they should certainly take a lot of heart from this chase over the top of long off. Interesting to see the umpire's call on that one. Boundary signal. So the long off fieldsman peppered. Earlier he gave away a couple of runs whilst it should have been a single. And now what could have been a catch results in another boundary. This is fun to watch for all our viewers. Whilst we've seen batting struggle all tournament, to see batting succeed and prosper like that is something which we all have enjoyed. We all have been entertained, and certainly the batting has finally lived up to the expectations. Misfield from the fieldsman will trickle into the ropes. So the Carnage from AMS Gladiators continuing, and it's great viewership. 221 for 7 after 19 are the AMS Gladiators.
So for all the viewers, tea and snacks are ready.
This time goes through the onside for 4. This is quality batting from Nilay Shah.
My. Just see the score. It's now
25.
225. Just they are, how much? 40 runs short, man. Just think if Vismay and Vinay was there still.
What if those catches were taken? Cleaned up.
Oh, there Nirvan takes his 3rd wicket.
Looking for a mighty heave. Another cameo from another AMS Gladiators batsman comes to an end. Valiant knock. But just
So now I'm running for the 500 runs total.
running out of time.
Sahil requesting to give 6 runs total more in 4 balls. So it will be a recorded PPL. Total 500 runs scored, man. What a match. So total runs scored till now in today's play is 494 runs. 6 more runs needed. I think 4 balls left. Let's make it, boys.
Jeenan, you certainly know your mathematics. You're very quick with it and you just have to be good in business. It runs in the blood and I can see that in the numbers game out here.
Come on, Sahil. Teach your bowlers something, man.
6 runs separates 500 coming up in this particular encounter. Well, will Jai Shah be able to get that? Certainly.
Yes, I think he's getting it to it. He's getting it to it. Oh, no. It's stopped by the fielder at the long on fence. And smartly run for 3 runs. And oh, it's a run out. It's out.
So another wicket goes
so they
down.
managed for 2 runs.
For the AMS Gladiators. And KUSUM Warriors picking up wickets at regular intervals. Mistimed horribly. Sohail has to walk back.
Nirvan happens to take his 4th wicket in the form of Sohail. And I think that's the end of the match. AMS Gladiators 230 runs, all out. KUSUM Warriors stands at the 3rd position in this PPL 2019. A good match show by both the teams. For the spectators, it was a run carnival. More than 495 runs scored today. Both the umpires had a very good exercise today, signaling the 6s, good arm exercises, signaling the 6s, the Ys and the 4s, less of the leg buys.
So KUSUM Warriors beat the AMS Gladiators by 43 runs. Can you believe that? Who would have said that at the halfway stage, that they'll just fall 43 short?
Yeah, definitely. Just 43 and such a batting wicket. My God, if now definitely AMS must be thinking, if Vismay, if Vinay, if Viral, if, lots of if had stayed, definitely they would have come very close to the 250s or the 260s, or even they must have had won the match with 270.
To our misfortune, ifs and buts don't exist in our game, but one thing does exist is the scorecard and what it reads. Viral Shah, you can see 29 he got of just 15 balls. Neera fell cheaply. Vishal as well. Vismay though, brilliant knock. 50, the standout of just 33. Vinay as well chipped in with a few. 35 he got of 18. Dwanil played a valiant knock as well. 18 he got of just 11 balls. Chintan joined in the party. 24 he got of 16. Sohil, the owner, 26 to his name, having faced 14 balls. Nilay not out, 10 of just 4. So they're all out eventually with 1 ball to spare, but as it reads 43 runs, the margin of defeat definitely big, but when you consider 268, certainly just goes to show that the AMS Gladiators fought their heart out, but just weren't good enough on the given day. Were outbatted by that one man who stood up with the bat and totally derailed the bowling of the AMS Gladiators. So we'll tune in and join in shortly with the presentation. So at 4:40 Indian Standard Time is when the presentation will commence. So stay tuned in and we'll see you shortly.